Hello everyone, so I'm going to go over Obsidian basics for writers. Obsidian's an amazing app for note-taking, and as they say on their website, you can link anything to everything. You can link your notes to each other about any subject, and it's like having your own personal Wikipedia. So it's free on one computer. I'm in Obsidian just now. You can upgrade to sync between devices, and this is the link to download it at. Just go to obsidian.md online. So this isn't an in-depth tutorial about how to download it and set it up and all of that. That information's very easy, and it's actually very easy to do. You'll find all the info you need at obsidian.md. The point of this video is just to show you some of the capabilities of the app and how it can help your writing. So when you sign up, it'll ask you to create a vault. So this is the main folder for your work, and vaults don't talk to one another. They don't interlink. So it's something to think of before you start. Then you can start making notes and ordering them in folders if you want, but you can order it however you like. You can just have them all together and use the search function to find them, because there's a tagging system and a linking system, and that's how you find things. So it's a bit similar to the Zettelkasten method of note-taking, note box it means in German. But one of the good things about doing it online is, well, it's a bit safer. You can back it up rather than having one box of notes. It's more portable, and if you pay some money, you can sync it between devices. You can make notes as well when you're browsing or when you're reading books. So it's quite powerful. A couple of the main things I'm going to go over here. I'm not going to go into all of the functionality of the app. So to create a new note, in Mac it's Command and N, and the PC version will be similar to that. So you can create an internal link to another note. You do that by adding two square brackets on either side. Now when you type a square bracket, you type two square brackets, it opens up the space and it gives you an idea of the notes that you might want to add, and you could just click on one there. If you go and put your cursor just after the text, it shows you what kind of a note it is. So there's also a system of tags. So you add a hashtag in front of a word to create a tag, and similarly that gives you a list of possible tags that you can use, and you can search with your tags up in this part of the menu. I'll show you that in a bit. And the search function is extremely powerful. It's unbelievable. You can also see a graph view of your notes, they call it, and you can create a graph view of your notes up here. Open graph view, top left. And I've just done a screen grab here. It does a kind of mind map of your notes together, and you see what links to what. I think as your Obsidian wiki grows, that'll be a fantastic resource. And you can click on a node and go in and explore your frame of reference from there. You can publish your wiki, Obsidian wiki, or parts of it, to the web, which is amazing for SEO. And it also links out to Zotero, which is a free app, unless you want to pay to sync all your devices. Created in an academic setting, I'd say, where you can read your PDFs in it, you can highlight quotes, and it exports all your quotes with the correct citations and bibliography entry. So the amazing thing is when you add a Zotero backlink to an Obsidian note and you click on it in a certain view, I'll talk to you about that in a second, up to the top right here, it takes you to the source document in Zotero. It's amazing. There's two views. Let me scroll back up here. So the current view I'm in is editing, and I click to read. So if you can see, it's a book, so it tells you where you're going rather than what you're on. So I click on it, it shows a wee pen. So I'm in current view reading. So if I want to edit, I click on that. I can't kind of do anything on this, but it shows the page as it would be seen. So I click the pen again because I want to go and edit. I can edit text and I can see, how the links behave and everything. So let's look at some basic actions. I'm not going to go too deep into it. The main thing is to get it, set up your vault, and just start making some notes and linking them together, and the rest will come. So as you can see, I've linked to this previous note here, and it tells you here how many backlinks this note has. In this menu here, it tells you what your note is linked to, and it also tells you tags that you have overall. As you can see, I haven't done much in this vault, but it started to populate with tags. To add a link in a note, you type 2 square brackets, and it opens a list of possible notes to link to. Let's try that. 2 square brackets, and I can add any notes here that I want. Carding a story using Obsidian. Return, and there it is. Let's get rid of that. To add tags, type hash, and it gives you a list of options. And I did that previously. So I can just add tags like that. And to do external links, you type the text surrounded by 1 square bracket on either side. Then the link directly in normal brackets. It might be easier to show you. So 1 square bracket, that's the text, close the square bracket. Then straight away, a normal bracket with your URL close. And that creates a clickable link, which will take you directly to this external link. If you click on a tag, it shows all the notes with the tag in the search results. So this is also cool. Imagine you're working in a note and you think, oh, I want to expand on this, or this should be a separate note by itself. So if you want to create a new linked note, get rid of that typo, write some text in your notes with 2 square brackets. So let's 2 square brackets like that, and I'll just do an extra Obsidian note, and I can create it. And if I go into that, it's a whole new linked note that I can start working in. Unbelievable stuff. There's other things. To format a block quote, you add this greater than symbol at the start of the text. You can see it there, and then it adds this nice little block quote thing. You can also add hashtags to get headings, different headings. So the title of your post is, I think by default, an H1, which is the main heading. Your other sections, you can get a heading 2 by adding 2 hashtags in front of it. And then don't put a space between them. And so on with heading 3 hashtags and so on. So that allows you, that's excellent for SEO as well, that you add H2 headings. So let's have a look at this left menu. So you can Control-N to create a new note, or you can just click here and you can create folders here. And there's different ways of viewing your notes here, sorting order. This is the graph view that you can switch to. Canvas is the only other thing that I'd like to talk about just now. So Obsidian test canvas. So I've done a canvas. It's a little bit like Miro. It's an unlimited canvas that you can drag your notes to. So I think this would be useful for if you're creating a story for carding. Say if you write your scenes in notes, and then you can kind of add them together and link them together and see how they run. I don't know if it would be better than physically carding it. I think there's something about the physical act of being able to move cards and write on the back of them and all of that, which might be better. But this is quite cool, and you can print it out. And it's another way to see how your thinking joins up. So thanks very much for watching, and I hope that's been of help to you.